Hello, I'm happy you're here. I'll be sharing with you guys how I made this lovely mesh mini skirt with ruffles on the side. It has a top and a bikini bottom. You can check out the tutorial on my channel. So, without further ado, let's start. You will use tape measure to take your hips measurement. Start with a slip knot. Then you're going to chain number of chains equivalent to your hips measurement. As for me, I have a measurement of 36, so I'll chain number of chains equivalent to that. Then I'll see you after. I have my chains. Now I'll just measure it. Should be 37. Sorry, 37, not 36. So you can measure yours and ensure that it fits. So you have to stretch the chain. Now you're going to attach the ends. Make sure the sides is on the upper side. Attach the end with a slip stitch like that. This measurement should fit your hips. To begin on row 1, chain 3. Then we are going to make double crochet all the way around. I'll meet you again. Double crochet until you reach the end here, then I'll meet you. I'm at the end. Now I'm going to attach it to the third chain. Just count, then you attach to the third chain. Make a slip stitch. That's how you close the end of the row. Slip stitch on the third chain like that. That's our first row, and this is the waist area of the skirt. Now chain 4. We're going to start making the mesh. Turn your work. You're going to skip the first stitch, then you put double crochet on the second stitch. This is the slip stitch, this is the first stitch. Now you put double crochet on the next. Chain 1, skip 1 stitch, make double crochet on the next stitch. Chain 1, skip 1, then you make double crochet on the next. You're going to keep on chaining 1, skipping 1 until you come back to where you started. Repeat this until you reach the end. I'm almost at the end. I'm remaining with one stitch. Now I'm going to chain one, skip that one stitch, then slip stitch on the third chain. 1 2 3. You slip stitch on the third chain. To start on round 3, chain 4, chain 4. The fourth chain acts as a turning chain. Chain 4, then turn your work. Make double crochet on top of the chain 3, chain 1. You're skipping that space. Make double crochet on top of the chain 3, chain 1, skip the space, double crochet on top of the chain 3. So you're going to repeat this until you finish the row. You'll slip stitch on the third chain when you reach the end. I'm at the end. I'll chain 1, then slip stitch on the third chain. On the next round, chain 4, turn your work, just repeat row 3 until you have desired amount of rows. Repeat row 3 until you have enough number of rows. I did a total of 32 rows. Now we are going to make single crochet as the last row. To single crochet, chain 1, turn your work, chain 1, then turn your work. You're going to put 1 single crochet into the chain 1 space, 1 single crochet on top of the chain 3, 1 single crochet in the chain 1 space, 1 single crochet on top of the chain 3, 1 single crochet in the chain 1 space and on top of the chain 3. So you're gonna repeat that until you reach the end of the row. And you're going to slip stitch and don't cut off your yarn. We're going to start making a ruffle, along these chain 3 that we were chaining to join the rows. It's visible. So what I'm doing is I'm just aligning the other side. I'm measuring to know where I'll put the ruffles on the other side. So you'll just divide it by 2, like mine is 15, divide by 2, that's 7.5. So you're gonna put a stitch marker. I'll just use a different color of yarn to know where I'll put the ruffles on the other side, because the ruffles will be on the sides. So on this side we're going to make the ruffles along that chain 3 line that we were making to join the rows. Then on the other side you just measure, because on the chain 3 line will appear just on the point 7.5 as per mine. Then on the other side also I'll just do like that to know where I'll put the marker. Make sure the sides are of the same measurement. Confirm if they are in the same line, if the markers are in the same line. Mine was okay, and that's where I'm going to do the ruffles. So to start on the ruffles, chain 3 where you ended the single chain 3. Then on the first stitch we're going to make I'm going to make 5, though I'll continue with 6. Five double crochets, then I'll continue along that line. This line is visible. I'll continue along that line with 6 double crochet in every space along that line. So continue with 6 double crochet along the chain 3 line. Make sure you are working on the right line. So you'll continue putting 6 double crochet inside every chain 3 space until you reach the 3rd row. You stop at the 3rd row, then you make a slip stitch on the 2nd row. You're going to slip stitch on the second row. We're not making ruffles on the second row of the mesh. So slip stitch, then cut off your yarn. Slip stitch, chain 1, then cut off your yarn. We're going to make ruffles on the other side. On the other side, you're going to attach your yarn on the second row. Along that line where you put your stitch marker, attach your yarn on the second row. I'm just confirming to make sure the stitch markers are in the same line. So attach your yarn on the second row, chain 1 to secure it, chain another one, then you are going to start doing the double crochet for the ruffles on the third row of the mesh. Third row but second row of the mesh. So chain 3, then you're going to put 5 more double crochets. So it should be a total of 6. Chain 3, 5 more double crochet, then you're going to continue with 6 double crochets in every chain 3 space. Just the same way we did the other side. Continue doing double crochet, 6 double crochets until you reach the end. At the end, you're going to slip stitch where we have the stitch marker. You're going to make a slip stitch, then you chain 1, then cut off your yarn. So I'm going to show you how to finish your ends. Now with this one, I'm just going to pass one strand through this like that, then tie them together. Then cut off the remaining part. Then this one here, I'm just going to sew it in. You can use a needle, or I'm just using a smaller size hook to pass it through. Then you can cut it off. You're going to do the same to the remaining ones. Just don't cut off your yarn direct. thing we're going to do, you're going to make a long strap for the waist. Then you're going to make a chain of 200 for the strap. Then you're going to attach it to sew it in the middle. Mine is 7.5, so from 7.5, that's the middle. So I'm going to start from the middle, just pass it through the holes on top of the chain 3 and under the chain 3, on top and under, like that, until you finish. So just pull them close to make the waist. It's adjustable. So just going to tie the ends, then you cut off the remaining yarn. So that's it, the end of our project. If you liked it, please give it a like, and don't forget to subscribe for more projects. I'd love to meet you again in my next video. Bye. Thank you for watching again.